Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this little video is going to be called The Team to Self-Publish Your Book. And while you saw my eyes going over there as I was reading the title for the video, I've self-published about 55 books. I lost count at 50, I think. I'm almost to 55, 52, 53. I think when all the books that are in line to get published are published, I have about 55. And I've self-published 2 or 3 other people's books where I've paid for their books. Okay, so what do you need for a book? You need to write a book. You need a manuscript. Then you need a proficient editor to edit that manuscript. Now, let me say something about editors. If you get a Filipino editor that charges 1 cent per word, you're going to have quite a number of mistakes in your manuscript. One thing that you don't want to see on an Amazon review is that this book had a lot of typos and grammatical mistakes, and the person should have got a better editor. It seems that people who write bad reviews tend to like to write long bad reviews, and so that's a mistake that you want to avoid. I do personally think that you don't have to go to one of these vanity publishing houses to get your book published. In fact, I'll have my website address in the description tag down below, and you can get in touch with me if you want to publish a book, and I'll try and guide you through the steps. So you want an editor. Now, cheap is cheap is cheap is cheap is cheap. You know, we all know in this world, the more you pay, the better quality. No one would pay the price for an Apple computer for a PC. You pay the price that Apple charges for quality. And I've never had a virus on a MacBook Pro. I've had viruses on PCs that shut down my PC, but had to get totally rebooted and stuff, but never had a virus on my Apple Mac. So you want a quality editor. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you my editor's website, and you can go and read about her, and then you can say Matthew Robert Payne suggested you. She edits a lot of Christian books, and I'll tell you something about Lisa. Lisa is a really good friend of mine. In important decisions in my Christian life, important strategic decisions that I make, Lisa's one of my circle of counselors that I go to for advice. So she's not just all about business, but she's very good at business. Lisa, out of my 53, 55 books, Lisa's edited about 45 of them. I will say to you that Lisa does not come cheap, and she does a very good job. I found in the last 15 to 20 books that after I used Lisa, I had the book further proofread, and a proofreader, the more sets of eyes that you get on the book, the more chance you can get an error out. The author can't see his own mistakes. He can only see what he meant to write. So I'll read stuff that's got error in it, and I won't see the error. Same as an editor, when an editor's been through something 2 or 3 times, she's seeing what she feels is right. She's not seeing any mistakes. So a proofreader is a good suggestion. But editors, as editors go, I will have found a different editor if Lisa wasn't good. And Lisa goes through first stage in non-fiction anyway. She does copy editing where she gets each of my sentences and rewrites them. They sound like me, but they're written better. Then she has a stage where she reads the whole manuscript over Skype to you, and you go through all of the whole of the book that she's re-edited, and you go line by line, and you just give it a further tweaking. And me and Lisa, we edit a lot with the retweaking. Then she'll go through it a third time, and in that time she's marking up all your references, and she's putting scripture references, and she's checking scripture references. And then I have her send it to a proofreader, and I did have a proofreader for about 15 or 20 books, but she's just stopped. So Lisa's very good, and she'll be the first link in the description. Why would I give you my editor? Why would I say? Because I'm going to write a lot less books now, and I wouldn't mind her getting some work. But, you know, I'm a Christian, and I personally believe, if we can pass love along, if we can do things for free for people, that's a lot better. The world, how it operates, would charge for this. I could charge for how to publish your own book. You know, I could run a masterclass on how to self-publish your own book. But Lisa's very good. She's very personable. She'll be able to take the first chapter of your book or certain pages of your book, and she'll be able to give you an example of what she can do in the process. Just remember this. Just remember this. A kiss is not a kiss. No, it's one of my favorite songs. Just remember that I've used it 45 times, and I wouldn't even use someone if they offered their services for free, because they wouldn't be as good as Lisa. So Lisa's very good. Okay, now the second thing that is integral is that you get a good cover. So you can go to my Amazon page, and I'll have the link in the description, and you can just have a look at my book covers. If you don't like my book covers, well, you mightn't be suited to the graphic designer. But I found the graphic designer on Fiverr. I looked at his portfolio, and I decided, yeah, this guy seems to make some good covers. So I'll have his Fiverr name, and you can do a search on Fiverr and look up his Fiverr name and request that he does covers for you. You can say that Matthew Robert Payne sent you, send him a message and ask him, tell him, you know, that you got recommended by Matthew Robert Payne. Ask him if he can give you a special quote for your book cover. He used to, I pick all the pictures that go on my books now, but he used to, when I first start, he used to send me 2 or 3 covers for me to pick from the picture and the title. So he's very good. I've used him for about 50 of my covers. And you'll find if you went to the hassle, you find it's the last 50 books, the last 48, 49 books that I've published. You'll notice I've got a theme like squares, like a borderline square on the top of my books. That's like a trademark that most people recognize my books when they see that. So don't ask him for that. because that'll make your book like my books. But yeah, I encourage you to use his service. He's very efficient, and if you're going to write multiple books, he's a good person to have in your team. Of course, if you went to a traditional publisher, which is really hard, but traditional publisher would have their own graphic artists. And one mistake I see people who self-publish books is a lot of them have rotten covers. A lot of them have unprofessional covers. And I don't know about you, but it sends a message to a person that that the book is unprofessional, that if the cover's no good, I'm not going to bother with the manuscript. So you could pour your life into a manuscript for a couple of years and spend a lot of money getting it edited and get a hopeless cover. And then the book sales won't go as well. I know I had a cover that wasn't very good on one of my books, and I changed the cover and I changed the title, and the book sales took off. So it's important when you make the title of your book that you promise a benefit to someone. And there's a real art in writing your book title to attract readers who can sense a benefit from reading your book. And I've got a friend, Praying Medic. If you look up Praying Medic, you'll find that he not only has good book covers, but he has good titles for his books. And the third aspect is that you want to find someone who can do the formatting of your book. So both the Kindle book, the book that will become the ebook, and the paperback book. And I'll list the person that I've been working with for about 5 or 10 books. I was using a smaller self-publishing company to do that, but he ran into financial troubles, and I had to disassociate myself with him. But up until then, he was doing a good job. So to publish more than one book, if you're going to start to self-publish and you've got plans to publish a few books, it would be very good to have a team together. And this short video lists my editor, my book design cover, my graphic artist, and the person who does the formatting for the Kindle and paperback book. Of course, there's a whole process about joining KDP, Kindle Select Program, the whole process of joining Amazon, uploading your book, and there's all different steps that you may need help with. And I've got 2 books on how to write books, and they're really handy. They're 99 cents, and I'll put the 2 links. I'll put the most recent link in there. The most recent book I've wrote mentions that other publisher as one of the resources. He tends to charge a lot of money to get your book published, and I would recommend that you even paid me like an hourly rate to talk over the phone, to even Skype with you whilst you're loading your book into Amazon. I'd be happy to get paid an hourly rate to step you through that process if you're not comfortable. So these days, there's no reason why you can't self-publish your own book. And this little video is to encourage you to do so. You can, if you like this video, press the thumbs up button and like it. If you're new to my channel, subscribe to my channel if you're interested in Christian content. If you like this video and you want to give me feedback, please give me a comment. And And to all the team, to the editor, Lisa, to the graphic designer for your book cover, and for the person who does the formatting, let them know Matthew Robert Payne sent you, and ask them for the best quote for you to get your book done. God bless you. Even if you're not a Christian, you don't believe in God, God bless you. I believe these people will still work with you. And I wish you well. I pray for your success. Feel free to buy my book and read my book. It's not essential. And let's just say you can pay me $30 an hour, Australian dollars, which is about $22 American. You can pay me $30 an hour if you need any help or consulting to do that. And that's a lot less than any of the people that offer to self-publish your books would do that for. I'm very happy to help authors, and I get no financial reward from any of these guys. They're just, my graphic artists, I use it for about 48, 49 of my books. My editor I've used for 45, and my person who does the layup I've used 5 to 10 times. So with that, let me know in the comments what your project's all about, and Godspeed to you. See you later.